Hi, good morning. In the last class, we studied when a linear operator T is bounded. And today, we discuss two examples one for an unbounded operation and the other for a bounded linear operator. The first one, the differential operator is not bounded. Let capital X be the normed space of all polynomials on closed interval 0, 1, in which the norm is given by norm of a polynomial f. Norm of f is equal to supremum of modulus of fx. We consider the values of this polynomial at all point x belongs to 0, 1, and the supremum of these values, modulus values, that is the norm of f. Let T be the differentiation operator given by T of fx is equal to f dash x. The linear operator T acts on a polynomial and gives its derivative as the image. Then T is not bounded, T is unbounded. So how can we show that T is unbounded? We can show that T is unbounded by showing that norm of T is not finite. T is bounded for T. To show that T is bounded, it's sufficient to show that norm of T is finite. So we will show that norm of T is infinite. Okay, what is norm of T? We have norm of T is equal to, by definition, supremum of norm of T of fx, where norm of fx is equal to 1. Then we consider a particular fx is equal to x raised to n. Norm of T is the supremum of all such norms for every f belongs to capital X. Supremum of norm of this. We consider fx is equal to x raised to n, where n belongs to capital N. Then norm of fx is equal to supremum of fx in the fx in x raised to n. So there is modulus of x raised to n, x belongs to 0, 1. And what is the supremum of this? And the supreme maximum value is attained when x is equal to 1. So the supremum is equal to 1. Now T of fx is equal to f dash x. F dash x is when fx is equal to x raised to n, f dash x is equal to n x raised to n minus 1. And norm of T of fx is equal to norm of n x raised to n minus 1. That is, by definition of norm, this modulus of n taken outside, but n is a natural number, so n is positive. That is equal to n into norm of x raised to n minus 1, that is n. So norm of T is the supremum of all such values. So supremum of n, norm of T is greater than or equal to supremum of such n's also, and n belongs to n. And supremum of T is then greater than or equal to n, and n belongs to capital N. That means norm of T is not finite. Therefore, T is unbounded. Another operator is the matrix linear operator. Let capital A be an R by N matrix, Aij, I from 1 to R and J from 1 to N, with the real entries. And define a linear operator T. We have already studied that this is a linear operator. Define a linear operator T from Rn to Rr, defined by T of x is equal to Ax. X is a member of Rn, so that is a column vector and n by 1 column vector. A is an R by N matrix and X is an n by 1 column matrix. So the resultant will be an R by 1 column matrix in RR. Then T is bounded. The matrix linear operator is always bounded. We have a direct proof for that. In Rn, if x is equal to this, then norm of x is given by norm of x is equal to sigma j from 1 to n xj square the all raised to half, and that is a Euclidean norm that we have already studied. Now to show that T is bounded, we can show that norm of Tx is less than or equal to C into norm of x for all x belongs to Rn and for a C independent of the choice of x. So for that we have norm of Tx square is equal to, we know that Tx is equal to y. Tx is equal to y. So norm of Tx the whole square is equal to norm of y square, and that is equal to y is the column vector y1, y2, etc. yr. So this is sigma k from 1 to r yk square, and yk is the kth entry of the product ax. So that is this ax in the kth entry, that is a k1, a k2, etc. a kn into x1, x2, etc. xn. So this sigma is here, this is here, and yk is sigma j from 1 to n a kj xj the whole square, equal it as 1. Now Cauchy-Schwarz inequality says sigma j from 1 to n akj xj is less than or equal to sigma j from 1 to n akj square the all raised to half into sigma j from 1 to n xj square the all raised to half. So using this in 1, one is this and 2 is this, we get norm Tx the whole square is less than or equal to sigma k from 1 to r. This term is here, sigma j from 1 to n akj square the all raised to half into this term, sigma j from 1 to n xj square the all raised to half the whole square, yk square and a square. Now see this term, this one sigma j from 1 to n xj square the all raised to half is norm x. So that is taken outside, and norm x square then comes out. There is square uണ്ടല്ലോ, norm x square will come out, norm x square. Baki sigma k from 1 to r is here. This term sigma j from 1 to n akj square the all raised to half the whole square. So we write this. So this is norm x square into sigma k from 1 to r. This half and square becomes 1. So sigma j from 1 to n aij square. If we call this as c square, so put k from 1 to r, j from 1 to n aij square is equal to c square, where c is now independent of the choice of x. This depends only upon the given fixed capital A. We have norm Tx the whole square is less than or equal to c square into norm x square. Therefore, norm Tx is less than or equal to c norm x. Norm Tx is less than or equal to c norm x. Therefore, T is bounded. See, T satisfies the definition for boundedness of T. We have a C independent of the choice of x. So this is for all x belongs to Rn. Norm of T is less than or equal to C norm of x. Therefore, T is bounded. So we have an example for a bounded linear operator and another for an unbounded linear operator. Okay, thank you.